Well, this is a sight that might give you pause. A car heading down the road without a driver. You might want to get used to it, though. Toyota and Audi both unveiled driverless technology at the Consumer Electronics Show this year. Google is also operating a test fleet that has surpassed 300,000 road miles without an incident. And lawmakers in Nevada, Florida, and California have made the cars street legal. So
are driverless cars going to become a reality? Well, in many respects, a lot of the technology is already here. Auto expert Matt Joseph is also here. Hi, Matt. Nice to see you. So is a driverless car in our future, do you think?
I think definitely there's some insurance liability issues to sort out. The technology is pretty clear. Now, we've been using this technology for a long time. The first time you stepped on a car with ABS, you were ceding some of the control of that car to a computer. When you put stability control on the next car, you ceded more. At this point, you have all the pieces in place. The biggest piece is probably sensors that are less expensive and make the thing affordable. There's a tremendous market for it, not just young, gadgety people, but older people who can no longer drive effectively will be able to literally get into a car and say, take me to the hospital, south exit or something, and off you go.
And it's safe.
All indications are that it's a good deal safer than you or me, or certainly somebody stumbling out of a bar into a car is going to be. Yeah, because it's never distracted. You have huge reliability. Now, I'm not saying it's desirable, but technically it promises to be safe. It also promises a possibility of changing literally what a car is, how we relate to it, most importantly, who makes it. A car becomes at some point kind of a utility. You get into it, put your child into it, take the child to school, take me to the dentist kind of thing. Advanced GPS, ground-based GPS, gets you there very accurately without incident. If there's a traffic congestion problem, it goes around it or it goes through it, but much more effectively than you can. You can be on your phone, you can be reading a book, whatever. Now, the traditional car companies see this as kind of an enhancement. You keep adding technology. It's kind of a marketing thing. You make cars safer. Eventually, they become so safe that you don't have crashes, you don't need safety systems, you don't need sophisticated structures to house people because they're not going to hit each other or anything else. And somewhere beyond that, a company like Google starts manufacturing cars. They don't need styling, the engine doesn't really matter, they just sort of subcontract that to somebody who does that stuff. And they write the algorithms, write the software, purchase or manufacture the sensors, and package the thing. So that potentially, if that in fact is the future, you have a huge change in the paradigm of who makes cars how.
And maybe a couple of years we're going to see these on the road.
Yeah, you're not going to see the big change I just talked about, but you're going to see the beginnings of cars that drive themselves. You already have promised a congestion driving car that goes through congested areas. Volvo, Audi, Mercedes. The Germans seem to be in the forefront of it, although Volvo is Chinese, so they're in there too.
But no flying cars.
Not yet, not this week.
All right.
Fascinating
Matt
stuff.
is also hosting his Chicago Auto Show tour. It's right around the corner, and he's taking the bus again. It's Wednesday, February 13th. The bus transportation, admission, and box dinner all included $69. Call 800-416-2049. Matt, good to see you again.
Thanks, Matt. Good to see you.
We'll be right back.